show, 5 Stripe fam. I'm AJ. Before we get into it, become part of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube. Welcome to another episode of 5 Stripe Weekly, and it's a fun one. We had a comprehensive win against Charlotte FC, the I-85 derby, whatever else you want to call it. Basically, I mean, Charlotte, they were put down, and they did not have any answers. We basically went into their house, and we took a little giant poop, really, honestly. But, yeah, so in that sense, in a good way, of course, but Atl Utd, they win 3-0, and a brace and an assist from Caleb Wiley, the 18-year-old, and Atl Utd with his first goal of the year as well. Almada with his second assist. It was a mighty, mighty good time. Ajani Fortune also made his MLS debut. 3 points on the road and a clean sheet. Not too shabby. But, yeah, definitely a very interesting match in how it started. I mean, we started off the blocks. And, yeah, we put them in some trouble. Charlotte could not deal with us. It was very much one-way traffic. But I think what was interesting was that, yeah, I mean, Charlotte, you know, they just got themselves in trouble. I mean, essentially, with our high press, with our ability to counter-press as well, we were winning the ball up high, and when we won it up high, it was something to behold. But, yeah, but before that, yeah, into that starting 11, the only change was the injured Mateus Josetu, so Amar Sadic came in. So Miguel Berry was up top. Caleb Wiley, who, yeah, maybe some would have thought maybe Derek Etienne would have come in. Wiley started. And it was a great call. Gonzalo Pineda, I mean, he definitely saw something in Caleb Wiley's game to, yeah, especially in this type of match where, you know, there was a lot of space in behind and also a lot of space in our overloads in the space that was vacated. So definitely in the... in all the goals, pretty much, yeah, you know, you have some really, really great moments where we press them in their own half, and you have some Almada magic. You have some, yeah, an Almada dummy. I mean, it's just really, really great stuff. And, yeah, so let's get into some of the really, really good play. But, you know, of course, we went into this match undefeated, but yeah, so in this first half, I mean, we man, you know, essentially we were doing some things that I think we've been hoping this team could do for a long while, and you know, with a good number of the pieces that are coming in and that are first choice, with 2 yet to really make the starting 11 quite yet. I mean, we look mighty good, and we will need everybody to step up, especially on the road, and especially when you can see it on the road in MLS. It's a very, very difficult thing to do to win, and for us to do that in an emphatic fashion is quite good. But yeah, so into that first goal of the match, Sadic, yeah, he created that takeaway that led to the first goal in the match. He tackled in the middle third to take possession away, and the ball found Thiago Almada, who then passed it to a wide open Caleb Wiley, and yeah, the homegrown just took a touch, and then a belter right into the middle of the goal. And yeah, we're ahead 1-0 in the 5th minute. Really clinical finish. I mean, I mean, he could have put it right at the keeper, but he put it where, yeah, you couldn't doubt it. And it was hit with such pace that just unstoppable. But and then a few minutes later, we double our lead. Wiley found Luiz Araujo on the far side of the 18-yard box, and there was a expert little cutback and onto his left foot, and he buried a low-driven ball for the first goal of the season for him. It is also his first goal in a really long time, unfortunately. It's his first goal of the 2023 MLS season, of course, and his 9th career MLS goal, but it's also his first goal since June 26th of last year. So, but glad to see him break that duck and get on the score sheet. Hopefully it's the first of many in the regular season for the Brazilian. But in the 29th minutes, maybe it looked like Charlotte could kind of have a chance to cut into the lead, and there was a call for a foul inside the penalty area that could have given Charlotte a penalty kick, but VAR, they intervened and it was reversed, and Charlotte did not get the chance for the penalty. So, there was another strong chance on a set piece. Foul was called, and there was a free kick right outside the 18-yard box, and Swiderski, he stepped up and curled a shot on frame, but Braguzan, he punched the shot over the crossbar to make his second save of the day. But in the pretty much the first minute of the stoppage time, Almada, he was able to carry the ball up, and he kicked the ball wide to Araujo on the right side, and that's where that overload happened. And Araujo, he was able to find a searching ball that Almada dummied, and Wiley, he was running that third man run into the box, and he was able to just tuck it away really clinically. I mean, it's just, 2 goals in the first half for the 18-year-old. I mean, it is, what a first half for Caleb Wiley. That actually makes him, so at 18 years and 79 days, he's the 5th youngest player to contribute 3 goals in a single match in MLS history. And this with his first assist of the season, his 3rd of his career, and it's Caleb Wiley's first match with a goal and an assist in the same match. But so that second half, a lot different story. We were able to keep the clean sheet, of course, but definitely in that first kind of early part of the second half, Charlotte were coming at us. We were able to withstand their waves of pressure, but it was about keeping that clean sheet. And Charlotte, they did threaten. They played with more urgency in that early part of that second half, but we were able to thwart every single attack that they had come against us. And Enzo Copetti, he looked dangerous. I mean, he didn't get on the end of some of their play, but he was definitely in and around the box and making it a little sweaty for us. But we were able to pretty much put them to bed. I mean, and that 3-0 was just too insurmountable, and very much a comprehensive win, even though we did not maybe quite possess the ball. But it's on the road. We're very good at counterattacking, as you can see here. We're in space, very, very dangerous, and it's the first clean sheet of 2023. So very, very interesting, I think, as well, that Charlotte had a better XG than us at 1.48 to our 1.46. So we were just more clinical. I mean, at the end of the day, we were able to put our chances away, and Charlotte at home trying to show off for their really good crowd and a lot of Atlanta United fans as well, of course. Unfortunately, was not the case for them, and we were able to walk away with the 3 points. But yeah, that of course wraps it up for that match review. But yeah, Atlanta United, they return home to play against Portland Timbers on Saturday in the rematch of the 2018 MLS Cup, of course. But yes, so getting into the news, the Eastern Conference standings. Ooh, it's pretty. Atlanta United are up top in the number 1 position with the top goal difference with 3 wins and basically, 3 games played and 2 wins and 1 draw, and we are pretty much on a slew of 3 teams in the East that are undefeated: Atlanta, Nashville, and Cincinnati. And you hate to see it, but you love to see it. Charlotte is all the way at the bottom in 15th in the 3rd match day. So, yeah, really good viewing there. But yeah, getting on to the MLS team of the match day, Miles Robinson and Caleb Wiley, they were named to that. Well deserved. Miles Robinson was very, very good in the match against Charlotte. You know, really just putting out a lot of fires and, you know, kind of not missing a step since his Achilles injury. And yeah, may it continue. But yeah, Caleb Wiley with his 2 goals and an assist with an XG of .68. He is named the player of the match day. And oh yeah, did he have a day? That is for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's obvious how well Miles Robinson has been playing. He was named to the U.S. men's national team roster for the CONCACAF Champions League on Wednesday. Robinson, of course, as well, you know, suffered that injury that, you know, took him out of that World Cup. But yeah, he is actually the only MLS player to be called up for the U.S. men's national team matches in this go-around. So very, very interesting. But yeah, also Yorgos Giacomakis, he also was called up by Greece for 2 games in March. Ronald Hernandez has also been called up for 2 international friendlies. Derek Etienne Jr. as well as Chol. He has a chance to be called into South Sudan's final roster for the AFCON. And as well, Thiago Almada, he will probably be a lock to be in the Argentina side for their victory tour for the World Cup, of course. And yeah, I mean, that might mean that a lot of players are out for that March 24th match against the Columbus Crew, and that doesn't bode well. I mean, that is not something that we really want to see. I mean, we'll have to have the next man up step up. But yeah, moving on to the press conferences from this week. Juanjo Purata, he did a whole interview in English, actually, and it was actually quite good. But he was talking about building chemistry with Miles Robinson, Luis Abram, and Noah Cobb. And that, yeah, they still have some things to work on, but that the clean sheet, they were happy with that. He also mentioned that he hopes to stay with Atlanta at the end of the season because he wants to be, quote-unquote, a champion with Atlanta United. Love that. And, yeah, hopefully, you know, all that talk can, you know, transpire into the walk. But, yeah, in terms of, you know, all the center backs, he did mention that, yeah, in terms of, you know, competing for time and stuff like that, that he said he really likes to help Noah Cobb, you know, with details like positioning and whatnot. And I think that's really great to see. I mean, taking a young player under his wing and essentially, kind of teaching him the ropes a little bit. It's only going to make this team a lot better. And I mean, he did mention that he also wants to score, but and hopefully next match. But the clean sheets are what matters most. But also, Ajani Fortune was, he made his MLS debut. He also was talking with the media, and he was joking with the press with how he wasn't sure if the whistle would blow before he got subbed on into the match. But his main goal is to get back out there and play again. And how also he talked about being a leader with Atl Utd 2 and how he's got a lot to learn from the first team players. But it is something that he is trying to keep the same tempo between the first team and the Atl Utd 2s, of course. And it'll be very, very interesting to see how Ajani Fortune, who's very highly rated within the club, how he gets on and how many minutes he does actually play this season. But so in terms of you have the Atl 2. Moving on to that, perfect segue, going from Ajani Fortune to Alan Carleton. Yes, the brother of Andrew Carleton. But yes, he has been signed as a new player of Atl Utd 2. The 17-year-old Matt Lowry, the academy director, mentioned that Alan has been a talented player in the Atl Utd Academy since joining our original class in 2016. He is very technically and tactically gifted player who has shown great composure on the ball in the midfield. We're excited to see him continue his development with our MLS Next Pro team this season. So, he was a member of the first ever Atl Utd Academy team. And, it was the team that also won the Generation Adidas Cup. So, he's continued to come up through the ranks. And, he made his professional debut last year with the Twos. He will be playing as an official player for the Atl Utd 2s this season. So, speaking of the Atl Utd 2, the regular season schedule was announced, and the team, of course, will make their debut in the MLS Next Pro League, and there will be 14 matches at Fifth Third Bank Stadium in Kennesaw. And Steve Cook will make his club debut for the season opener on March 26th against the New England Revolution 2. But season tickets will go on sale, and a la carte games as well will happen. And it's a 28-match regular season that concludes in September. So we'll of course, keep track of all of that for you guys, and you can, of course, watch them on Apple TV too. But not Apple TV 2, but Apple TV as well, just to clarify. But that does it for the news and gets us into our match preview. So Atl Utd 2 play the Portland Timbers at the Benz at 7:30 on Saturday, and Portland Timbers have had a little rough go of it. So far in the early part of the season. They're 8th in the Western Conference with 1 win and 2 losses. And their last match, they lost 2-1 against St. Louis City. But probably their strengths, they have a good amount of depth in their squad. It's a little bit more primarily a 4-2-3-1 type of team, and in terms of the key departures from last season, Bill Taluma, center back, was traded to Charlotte FC in preseason, and Jose Carlos Van Rankin, was also a player, their right back, that has since moved on. And key acquisitions from the offseason: Evander, he's a Brazilian attacking midfielder, and it's a club record transfer fee from Midtjylland, that FC Midtjylland. Of course, it was the club that Michael Parkhurst also played at. But yeah, there weren't other senior additions, but yeah, there were some other kind of less primary moves that were made. But yeah, so aforementioned a 4-2-3-1. The Charas are still a big part of their squad, and yeah, they will be I think still a tough matchup. I mean, but the predictions from around the league and the pundits, they have them finishing as high as 4th and as low as 11th. But I think a majority of them have them kind of mid-table, around 5th or 6th. So if that holds true, they probably will be a very formidable team, and them coming into the Bens, I kind of foresee that they might, kind of sit a little bit, as they're, going to be a little bit more trying to hit us on the counter. But last season, they finished 8th in the West, 46 points, and did not qualify for the playoffs. But of course, this season it would be. But getting into Atl United and unavailable players, Ozzy Alonso, of course, still recovering from his ACL injury. Husetu might still be a little bit questionable. We'll find out later in the week. But yeah, that pretty much would mean that most everybody else is pretty much available. And getting into that predicted starting 11, Braguzan, I think, of course, is between the sticks. Lennon, Robinson, Purata, Gutman, persist. Kept a clean sheet, might as well stick with them. Abara, Sadic in the midfields. You have Sosa might come on later on and spell and give some minutes, but yeah, I mean, it's been working. So hey, let's rock it till the wheels fall off. Now, in terms of the starters here for the wingers, I think it's Luiz Araujo and, of course, Caleb Wiley, who keeps his place, and Almada at the 10 position, of course. And I think we see the first MLS start for our DP striker in Yorgos Yakomakis, and I think he can propel us to a win. I think he gets his first goal, and I think it's a 2-1 win. What do you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. But guys, that pretty much does it for the episode, except for the question of the day. And the question of the day is, do you think Caleb Wiley is a winger, a fullback, or a wingback? What's his best position? It may be too early to tell, but what do you think right now? What kind of player can he grow into? So let us know in the comments below. Looking forward to what you have to say. But guys, that is the episode there and there. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. I've been AJ. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.